So here we are in a primarily deserted Dinoland USA here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Still a few people here. I just got out of a cast preview of Rivers of Light, the second day of showing the cast preview. And I thought I'd do a review because that's where I sat, was on the Dinoland side, is what they call, right in front of the Theater in the Wild, which is the Finding Nemo show. And I think this place looks really cool at night when it's all kind of like closed up and looks like something from Zombieland, the movie. The park's been closed for about an hour and a half now. So they closed the park at 7 and they let people in to see the show. And we sat down and started around 8. And so the show was about 20 minutes, I would say. And I think it was actually pretty good. Not really, like, of course, like the concept art, but like really what is like concept art. And it's not a full version of it. They said there's still some things that are going to be added, some things like final touches and whatnot. So, but what we saw, I think, was really good. I think there's some technology there that can improve and be better, to improve the show a lot. And I don't really want to try to give away too much of it, like the actual details of what it is, but the things of what I saw were pretty impressive. I didn't have a high expectation because I didn't try to see or know a lot about it. And a friend that I have who works on the show said that it's a great show. She said that it's ready to go, it's all this, but then she said that they're not fully ready. So part of me is like, I don't know why they even bothered showing it, but maybe to get some hype and to show this is what we got so far. We're almost done with it, and soon you're gonna see the full thing. But I don't know if it's even been released of when they're gonna actually fully release it to the public to see, when it's gonna start like doing shows every day, like every night. Even if they're gonna do that every night, don't know. Maybe it'll be like select nights. But there were segments of it that were really cool. I enjoyed it. There were pieces where I was like, that could be better. That could be, you know, maybe they just need to fix that up a little bit. But overall, I don't think it was really a bad show. For a nighttime show, I think Disney has had much worse. And I mean, even myself, I'm not a big nighttime show person. You know, after I see, you know, the fireworks or something once or twice, I'm like, okay. You know, I'm not like, I have to see that every time. And I'm gonna say this is not a show that I think that I need to see that every time I come here. Like if I have like a week vacation, I have to see that, or my vacation's gonna be ruined. But if I was here for a week though, I would definitely try to see it. But I don't think that it's a show for me to do that. You know, no nighttime show is like that for me. But overall, I think it's a great show for what it is. I think that they did a good job on it, I think, especially since it's something new. But the thing is, it's kind of weird that it's like a night show. And you know, the thing of being at night, it's like there's music and all this, and there's some, you know, hard bass in it. It's not like techno or anything, but a part of me is like, how does that affect the animals here? You know, it's kind of far from the animals. I know that they keep them in enclosures, I think, like after hours and all that. You know, there is an area not too far from the theater where they have like Asian monkeys, like orangutans and stuff, I believe. So part of me thought about that, you know, because when they opened this park, they said that they wouldn't open the park at night. I don't know if they ever said they never will, but they said they wouldn't, and I believe that was in regard to for the safety of the animals and their comfort from having, you know, like fireworks. But maybe that's what they meant, because there's no fireworks involved. The only thing that I think that would bug them would be music, and there really isn't a lot of that. There's a lot of you know, a lot of water-based stuff going on, and lasers and whatnot. But I think it's a good show. I would definitely bring people to see it. I would definitely tell people to see it. I think it's definitely better than Jungle Book that was here, to be honest. And some of the technology that was used as well in Jungle Book looks better. And the person I know who works on it told me, oh, there's a certain place you need to sit, and then we didn't sit there because we didn't. We were further back in the line, and the area that we were told we should sit for a better view filled up. And to me, I was like, well, you know, why would I need to do that? I should be able to see it everywhere. But I realized that where I was told would be a better seat did seem like to be a better seat to see the majority of everything. I mean, there's not too many things that are really blocked. There are certain things that you can't really see if you're too far on one side or the other, like in the seating area. But also there's like two separate sides kind of what it is. So really it's like it makes it part of coming two separate times to see both sides of it, to see to be able to see the whole thing. And there are shows like that, and I think that actually adds to it, being able to do that, to say, oh, instead of just seeing it once, you're like, I've already seen it, no point in seeing it again. Some people probably still think that, but I think that you have that ability to see one side and then try to sit on the other side and see that side. So I think that's actually good. At first I was like, oh, this kind of sucks, I can't see everything. I think that the show should be seen by everybody. There shouldn't be things blocking and things like that. But then I realized, like, halfway through, that the stuff that I can't see, I'd be able to see if I was on the other side. And there's kind of like a story there that in the show that makes sense to be like, oh, I'm sitting on that side, or I'm going to sit on this side and see that side of the show and then this side of the show. But overall, I still think it's a good show. Now, does it rival anything? I'm not too sure, because it's kind of a new style of a show. I haven't really seen anything like it. The closest thing would probably be Fantasmic, and I think Fantasmic's really neat. I still like to try to go see that, only because it's kind of new to me, because I've only finally seen it like last year or something. So I still try to see it once in a while, but I'm not always like wild about it. I'm always like, oh, I have to go see that. But to me, the only nighttime things I have to go see are things that I haven't seen. Like, if I haven't seen that nighttime show, and it's like, especially if it's like, might just be here a little bit, like just a Christmas or something, I'm like, oh, I should go see that. I haven't seen it. I have to go see that kind of thing. But after that, I'm like, okay, I've seen it. Like the old castle show at Magic Kingdom. I saw that like once or twice. I'm like, okay, nothing really interesting there for me. But the new one, I saw it a while ago, and I'm like, okay, I could definitely watch that another time or two, and it'd be good. I think there's parts there that are really interesting, that make it actually rewatchable. But this isn't a review of that. This is a review of Rivers of Light for what I saw, the cast preview. And overall, I think it's good. I mean, I think I've already said that like 7 times or something. And I don't really know what else to say. I mean, that's, I think, really the majority of it. Trying to see if there's anything else. I would advise that there is some seating that's better than others, but I haven't tried all the seating. It wasn't a full theater, so I don't know what the very far edges of the theater are. It's a semi-circle shape, so you have very far stretches on both sides, and those were primarily completely empty. But if you're sitting in those, there's some things that in the seating that goes on that you will kind of miss, or might be difficult to see. But I don't think that will really take away from the whole experience of the show. I think it'd be great, almost no matter where you sit. It's not really like the fireworks show at Hollywood Studios, which I think is good, but really, I think there's parts where it's hard to see if you're further back, in front of the Chinese theater. I think the best place is like right in front. That's really where you seem to see the most of everything, which to me is a design flaw in that show. But also, I mean, they didn't build the park with the idea of making that show, 20, 30 years later. So that's the thing. Like, to me, it's like, I like a show where you can see it no matter where you are, but also you have the ability to come see it and see one side of it and come back and see another time. So it's rewatchable. to me in that aspect. Even it being good is rewatchable, but to me, I have like a reason to go. It's not just like I've seen it, you know, I'd rather go do this instead. It's like, oh, I haven't seen that side, and so let's try to get on that side so we can watch it. But yeah, overall I think it was a good show. I think it's gonna be worth it to wait as long as we have. Well, maybe not as long as we have, but I think the wait is still worth it. And hopefully some of the technology that's being used in it can be will be improved later on. A part of me is like it should have already been kind of done, but also I don't know anything about the type of technology that they're using in it. It's somewhat simple, but it's also used at a pretty extensive stretch that it's not the traditional style of using the technology, I think. So overall, I think it would be good to watch. I think when it comes out, I think it'll be pretty popular, and I think that it is worth that. It's worth the wait, and I hope that they announce it soon. They announce where when they plan on introducing it to the public and for regular showing. So that's it. So we'll end it here, and Chester and Hester says they'll see you real soon.